Good evening, my brothers and sisters. How are you doing this beautiful evening? Your brother Tony is in the house. Come on in, and sit down at the dinner table. I hope that you have an appetite for this topic that we're going to discuss this evening. It's going to be a very brief topic because I know you brothers and sisters, you may have something else to do. So we're going to get into it shortly. If this is your first time at the dinner table, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Tony M. Toomer, and I speak on relationships. I talk about relationships basically from a spiritual point of view. I strongly believe in the relationship of that between a man and a woman from a biblical perspective. Whereas when you look in the book of Genesis, God had a unique relationship with the man Adam, second with the woman Eve, and thirdly, God was a part of the relationship. He was the foundation of the relationship between Adam and Eve. That's the position that I come from when I talk about relationship. Now, my brothers and sisters that normally come here, they're familiar with what we talk about at the dinner table. But if this is your first time, I just want you to know. And if you disagree with anything I say, you have a right to do whatever you choose to do. But I still encourage you to sit at the dinner table and get some of this good food for the soul. Those of you that are at the dinner table, I would like for you to be aware that I'm on two different platforms. I'm on the book and I'm on the tube. Those of you that are on the book, I may call out a person's name that is on the tube. You may not see their names or their comments. And vice versa. Those of you that are on the tube, I may call out their names and numbers. Those on the book, you may not see them, but we're family here, okay? Now, I would like for you, my brothers and sisters, and guests, if you have a comment or a question while we're at the dinner table, by all means, I would like for you to feel free and comfortable to put it out there, and we'll address it, okay? How you doing, Sister Tammy Coverton? I see that you have sat down at the dinner table, and my other brother and sister, excuse me, come on in, come on in. We're about to get into our topic for tonight at the dinner table. The topic for tonight, how you doing, M. Rosa? How you doing? She will, and when she falls, he will find someone else, okay? A good woman will stand by her man when he falls down, okay? That's what we're going to discuss on the menu. A good woman still stands by her man when he falls down. Now, my brothers and sisters, there are so many men that view women as just an object. When I said so many men, I'm basically referring to a worldly man that sees a woman as an object, and and that's their attitude towards her. How you doing, Sister Flo? Welcome to the dinner table. So, or they view a woman as you seen one, you seen them all. So that's the concept in the thought process of a lot of men, primarily worldly men. So the real reason why a lot of men view a woman as an object or you could take them and leave them is because basically two reasons. Number one, these men aren't prepared for a good woman. That's number one. They're not prepared for a good woman because of their mindset. And number two, these men decide to get into a relationship with the wrong woman. And as you know, my brother and sister, the Bible clearly say, and it is written, a evil woman is given as a portion to an evil man. So apparently the man is evil. So if a man is evil, he's going to get an evil woman. That's how God have it set up. But he that feared God get a, a good woman, or a righteous man, he gonna get a good woman. And that good woman is a virtuous woman, a Proverbs 31 woman. So at the dinner table tonight, a good woman will stand by her man when he falls down. And I mentioned this at the dinner table last night, my brothers and sisters. There was this singer, a country singer. How you doing, Sister Sharita? Welcome to the dinner table. There's this country singer. Her name is Tammy Wynette. She had a song out called "Stand by Your Man," and I recommend you, brother, sister, if you're not into country, just listen to the lyrics of that song, "Stand by Your Man." And the reason why she wrote that is just how much she was in love with her, excuse me, at that particular time. But I think she's deceased right now. But let's go to the appetizer. As it is written in the book of Ecclesiastes 14, again, Ecclesiastes 14, it said, If either of them fall down, listen very carefully. If either of them fall down, one can help the other up. But pity anyone who falls and has no one to help them up. I'm going to read this again from God's word. King Solomon wrote this. If either of them fall down, one can help the other up. But pity anyone who falls and there's no one to help them up. Let me tell you this, my brother. If you have a good woman, and I have said this several times, I'm going to say it again. If a man have a good woman, she did not come to you by luck. She didn't come to you by luck. She did not come to you through the horoscopes. She did not come to you through someone reading your palms. How you doing, Sister Cynthia Palm? Welcome to the dinner table. She did not come to you just happened to come to you. No good woman just happened to pop up in front of a man. God strategically put a good woman in the life of a man that followed him. I'm going to say it 2 more times. God strategically put a good woman in the life of a man that follows him. God strategically put a good woman, or we could say place a good woman in the life of a man that follow him. And we know the old saying when it say, when God brings a woman to the man, and we all know this by now, when God brings a woman to a man, he never bring a woman just for the moment. God bring a woman in long term. When God brings a woman to the man, he brings a wife to a man. God never bring girlfriends. That's not part of God resume. He does not bring girlfriends to men. God always bring a wife to a man. If a woman comes to a man other than wife material, God didn't have nothing to do with it. That's satanic, and that's the way of the world. So, brother, if you don't have a woman in your life that you see as a wife, I talk to you Christian brother. I ain't talk to the worldly man. You Christian brother. She not from God. Because you see, if a woman is from God, you would clearly know it. You would clearly know it. You will not be confused. You won't be bamboozled or nothing like that. When a good woman come into your life, God is behind the scene, and he set up the situation where that woman comes into your life. Now, we are familiar with it said a man that findeth a wife findeth a good thing and obtain favor from the Lord. So, brother, like I always say, when you get a good wife, it really wasn't about your swag. It wasn't about your talk game. It wasn't about how you dress, how you look, or anything. No, it's about that spirit that's in you and the spirit that's in the woman, because the spirit is behind everything. I want you, brothers and sisters, to know that there's a spirit behind everything. It's either going to be a good spirit that's from God's or position, or it's going to be an evil spirit that's from satanic stuff. So there's always a spirit behind things. Don't let nobody fool you, my brother and sister. Now, a man may not have this world's wealth. A man may not have the world's wealth as how the world look at it. Money, a whole bunch of money, a whole bunch of things. That's from the world standpoint. A man may not have the world's wealth, but he may be wealthy in his relationship with God through Jesus. So the ultimate wealth that a man could have is his relationship with the Lord. So that's why Jesus made a statement, and he said basically, your treasure, wherever your treasure is, that's where your heart is. So if a man treasure heaven, that's where the true treasures are at. No thieves can break in, or moth can't eat it. So that's eternal. A woman have what is called a soul, which eternal. So, brother, if God bring a woman to you, He's bringing her to you for two reasons. Because you have the blood of his son Jesus. She have the blood of the son Jesus. Okay. A good woman, you can't buy her. She is priceless. God give a woman to you, brother, as a gift. Like he give you eternal life. If God happened to give you a good woman, that's second to eternal life. So when God bring a good woman to you, brother, he's entrusting her to you. And you got the best, brother. You got the best right now. You have a relationship with God through his son Jesus, and then you have a good woman, which is a gift for God. So when God entrusted that woman to you, you have to know how to treat her. And if you treat that woman right, and the day will come, you going to fall. Let me just tell you this, my brother. You going to fall. If you with a woman from a long time, eventually you're going to fall. You're going to fall either in your own doing or something going to hit you from the left. So when a man falls, for example, if he loses his job, that's a possibility, brother. You may lose your job. You may get very sick. There's a possibility that you may get very sick. You may get incarcerated wrongfully. There's a lot of men in prison right now wrongfully, and we have heard stories like that before. So, brother, I'm not talking about you getting incarcerated based on something that you willfully done. You could have got caught up in something, and you just had to. They just put it on you. Okay, they just plain put it on you. So you're incarcerated. Who's going to have your back? That's the question. Who is going to have your back? Brother, the only one that's going to really have your back when everything is said and done, we're not talking about your mother, okay? We're talking about a woman that you decided to be in your life. If you are in a serious, committed, and covenant relationship with a godly woman, she is going to have your back. I can guarantee you, brother, none of the guys that you hang with or socialize with or you call your boys, they're not going to be there for you if you fall. They're not going to be there. Your men friends, they will be there, brother, for you while you up and you got everything together. But not too many men, unless it's a man like Jonathan that David has as a friend, and you all might be familiar with Jonathan, that was King Saul's son. Him and David, they were just like that. It's very, very rare that a man have another man and their souls be knitted together. We ain't talking about no funny stuff, but David's friend Jonathan, he was just that close. And David was blessed to have a friend like that. So, brother, if you have a man that y'all like that, you are truly blessed. I mean, you are truly blessed, brother. If you have one man that you call your brother, and he might not be your physical brother, but he's your brother calling the spirit that you know you can count on. Very, very rare. But if you go down, brother, and you fall, you better hope that God have a good woman for you. And there are some of you guys, and some of you people are familiar with that. There might be a man that got a good woman. He see another woman out there in the street that may look better than his present wife, because some Christian women, they emotionally get entangled with the wrong man. They know better, but they go ahead and do it because on a subconscious level, they think that they could change the man. But then when they get married, they find out they couldn't change the man. So some of you sisters may be in this situation or may have experience or know someone like this. A Christian woman get tied up with the wrong man. And when she get tied up with the wrong man, the man start looking next door where the grass is greener. So he bounced on her. And everything is good with this other woman until he loses his job or his money. And worse than that, he gets sick. A lot of time, brother, when you lose what you have with another woman, most of the time she's gonna monkey branch on you. She's gonna go somewhere else. If you get sick, more than likely she's gonna bounce on you. I know you all familiar with that movie, that Tyler Perry movie, or what it's called, The Diary of a Mad Black Woman. You remember at the beginning of the scene, this guy, he's an attorney, a successful attorney. His wife was with him from the beginning. They went to this ball or whatever, and he got recognized. And it looked like they had a good relationship, but when they got to the house, he just told her to get out. He had another woman that he was seeing, and also had a child with the woman. There are some men that's like that. They dog a good woman out. They dog them out. Then when they lose stuff, their money or their health, who do they normally come back to? They come back to the good woman. The other woman gone, but they come back to the good woman. And some of you brothers and sisters, you have heard a situation like that before, or you sister have experienced this. So brother, if you have a good woman, don't treat her bad. Because you see, the twisted part about the Bible even mentioned this, and it warns you. Peter talked about this. You know, your prayers, brother, could be hindered based on how you treat your wife. That's why a lot of time when you guys get out there and do stuff, and it mess up on you, because based on how you treat your wife. When God brought a good woman to you, brother, he brought that woman to you to entrust that woman to you. You supposed to treat that woman good, especially a woman of God. Sister Moore said Kimberly Esley and Steve Harris, who played the married couple in A Diary of a Mad Black Woman. Yes, okay, that's it. That's it. So that's what I'm talking about, the example of a mad black woman. You all, if you haven't seen that movie before, I suggest you seen it. You see it. But you see, the thing about the lady in there, she still treated the man right. She was hurt, but she treated him right. And let me tell you this, a lot of time, brothers, if you have a good woman and you go back, she may treat you right, but she may treat you right and she may bounce on you. She may make sure that you healed and everything, but you see, the thing about a good woman, you could tear a good woman up. You see, the thing about it, when you mess up a woman's mind, you mess up her emotions, and she cry those tears, but she still got a good heart to make sure that you are okay. But she still may bounce on you. Brother, you never want to get into a position where a woman bounce on you. So you going to fall some kind of way, brother, but if you fall, don't do nothing foolish to fall. Case in point, like I had said earlier, brother, you may lose your job. How this economy is. And even if you got your own company, there's a possibility that God may allow Satan to attack your company. Like he allowed Satan to attack Job in all kinds of ways. The only thing God restricted Satan from doing to Job is taking his life. Satan took away basically everything Job had in a short period of time. A short period of time. So, brother, you may be up today. You may be successful. But you don't know if God going to allow Satan to come and attack what you got and take stuff. You don't know. But he may tell Satan, don't take your life. And I'm talking to you Christian brothers, okay? He may let Satan attack your money resources, everything you got. Take it away. So you don't know, brother. You just don't know. God may try you, but Satan will tempt you because God may just call your name, brother. Did you ever think about that? You could be doing real good. And just like Satan went to God, God already knew why he showed up. That's why God said, have you considered my servant Job? God already knew why he was there. And you know what Satan told God? You got a hedge around him. And the only way he worshiping you because you have blessed him. And then God said, all right, do what you're going to do. I already know he's not going to do it, but just go ahead and do it. But you better not take his life. So, my brother, God may allow Satan to attack you. He may pull that hedge from around you. What is the hedge? If you're a Christian, my brother and sister, the hedge is your angels, your guardian, your angels. Because the Bible clearly let us know, my brother and sister, if you are saved, you have angels encamped around you. Do you understand what encamped around you? Angels be around you. And the only way something's going to come to you, God allowed to happen. So what did God do? You got to look at the thing deep. He allowed his protection to open up, and that's why Satan was able to go in. So, brother, that's why it's very, very important to have a good woman, because you're going to lose something. If you're in a good relationship, my brother and sister, if you're in a good relationship, guess what? Satan is going to attack it. You being put on notice. Those of you that are about to get married to a Christian woman, your brother, I'm putting you on notice. Your relationship is going to be attacked. You brothers and sisters in Christ that's already married, I'm putting you on notice. Your relationship is going to be attacked. Satan going to come at you. And guess what? He's not going to stop. But he has limitations. So, brother, that's why it's very imperative that you have a relationship with God through his son Jesus, and that you are wise enough to select the right woman that come in front of you. You see, God bring wives. Satan bring girlfriends. Satan bring booze. Satan bring just a friend. God never does that. God always bring a woman to a man that is wife ready. So, brother, if God bring you a woman that's wife ready, and you marry that woman, you got to understand that woman, she gonna stand by you. And a good thing about a woman, I'm gonna give you an example. And I have said it before. A woman that you could know that really, really love you, I'm gonna tell you like this. And you all familiar with this guy, LeBron James. You familiar with him? Where he came from? His wife, Savannah. She was with LeBron before he became LeBron James. Let's look at it another way. Michelle Obama. Before she met, if you all look at that movie about Michelle and Barack Obama, Barack didn't have nothing at the beginning. He had intellect and everything. He was able to get him some education. But when you look at where Barack came from, the car that Barack had, it was like a Fred Flintstone car. What do I mean by Fred Flintstone car? Up under where the brakes and accelerator at, it was a hole there. That's what a Fred Flintstone car, where you could put your feet on the ground. That's how Obama was before he became the president of the United States. Why am I mentioning these guys? Because the woman that was in LeBron James' life today, and the woman that was in Barack Obama's life today, which is Michelle, and LeBron's Savannah, these women were with these men before God exposed them to everyone. God gave these men some good women. Did he give them perfect women? No. These women didn't get perfect men. But these men got the women before God brought them out. And that's what I'm telling you, my brothers. When you may not have it all, you may not have the world's wealth and everything right now, brother, but you're wealthy if you have a relationship with God. But let me tell you this. When you have a good woman, she's going to be with you when you don't have two nickels to go together. Good women don't leave you. They don't leave you. They dare to the end. A good woman. And what a good woman do, she will find a way to make things still happen when you can't make things happen. And that's what a lot of you guys need to remember. Because just like in Ecclesiastes 14, they go for men and women, but for Ecclesiastes 14 said, if either of them fall down, one can help the other up, but pity anyone who falls and have no one to help them up. My brother, it's a beautiful thing, my brother. You may be young and strong and spunky now, but if you grow old with a woman, whereas you can see the sun rise, you and that woman could get up early in the morning and drink a hot cup of coffee and watch the sun rise. Because a lot of times when people get old, real old, they get up real early, they beat the sun up. So my brother, if you were a good woman, I can just imagine you just watching the sun come up drinking coffee. Or at the end of the day, you could sit down with that woman and see the sun set. Just imagine it, my brother. You with a good woman that God gave you, you watching the sun rise up and you watching the sun set. That is a beautiful and blessed scene, my brother, that any man can get with a good woman. Even if y'all can't do what you used to do when you were young, it's just the presence of a good woman that God brings into your life. Again, my brother, and again, my sister, a good woman will stand by her man when he falls down. Sister Tierra Mo said, I had a man who treated me badly, and they all were worse off in the years since I was with them. The men found women after me, and they all ended up being treated bad by the new woman they were with. And that happened. Thank you, Sister Moore, for sharing that. Things like that happen, brother. So the woman that God brings into your life, a godly woman, they're going to be there. They're going to stand by their man. My brother and sister, thank you so much for coming to the dinner table. I really appreciate it. I love you, brothers. I love you, sister. If you have any questions or comment, put in the comment box, wait, and I'll wait for your question or comment. If not, my brother and sister, I hope that you all have a good evening. Remember the things that I said, try to retain it. Okay, just remember it. And believe what I'm telling you, because the truth, my brother and sister, especially brother, believe what I'm saying, okay? So remember, believe, say la vie, which means this is life. That's life. Amen. Thank God. See you, brother, sister, another time. Good night. Peace out.